What's up, everybody? I'm just seeing how this live thing works for the first time since YouTube changed so much, and now I can finally go live. Hope everyone's having a good night. Okay, so that's what that does. Okay. Just seeing what all my options are. Oh, that's interesting. Lighting. What's up? What's up? How we doing? Hey, Brittany, how we doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Just chilling on the back porch now. Obviously, it's too dark to really do anything, and it was raining most of the day. Same with Fizz, of course. Um, Thanksgiving, we're supposed to get lake effect snow of up to like 8 to 12 inches, hopefully. Because I mean, even though I'm off for Thanksgiving, I still have work Friday. So I guess we'll have to see how bad it actually is. And since it's lake effect, it really just depends. It could be 1 inch, it could be 5 inches, it could be 9 inches, like, and it could be patchy. And sometimes it's further south, other times it's north. I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Um, just settling down before head to bed for work. That's about it. Sorry if I was blocking my mic there. I had my pinky under. That's probably what most people do half the time. Their mic is muffled when they're streaming. And now I actually have a Type-C mic that I could clip here, and I might in the future if you notice that. But hello, Germany. How are we doing tonight? There's probably not going to be too much going on. Well, I guess it depends on who's all in here, what kind of questions we have, if any. But I don't know. I like talking about a lot of random things, so if you have questions or need a deeper insight into it, then, let me know, ask away. One of my passions, I guess, I'm into, especially since I've been so unhealthy, like health issue wise, is supplementation and herbs, things like that. I have an extensive knowledge on a lot, especially because I've taken a lot firsthand. Why do I have glasses? Well, because I need to see. I mean, my eyes aren't actually as bad as most people. I've only ever had 2 to 3 prescription changes, and I first got my pair of glasses when I was 12. I'm 26 now, so literally that's like, for example, my older sister who's 28 has she's had at least 12 different prescription changes. Like, I only need them to see clear far away. I could see up close just fine. Like, when I'm reading, I take them off because it's just like I get a headache if I keep them on. Thanks. Yeah. Beanies are warm in the colder weather, and it matches this hoodie. So, well, it's not really a hoodie, but a jacket, I guess. Shrooms? No, I'm not doing shrooms. I don't know what would make you think that either. Someone on shrooms probably wouldn't be this coherent now, would they? But I mean, I have I tried them? I mean, I microdosed on it one time because I couldn't actually eat enough without like throwing up to actually trip. So, but I have done LSD once before. That was an interesting experience, to say the least. I didn't like see things that weren't there, so to speak. So I wouldn't really say I hallucinated. But however, things like street lights were like, it could be like, it would be the color green, and then I would look away and it would change to like purple or something like that. And I was like, what the fuck? And then like time just kind of like ceased to exist because me and my buddy were playing 8-ball pool. Hold on, Jenna, I'll get to you one sec. Me and my buddy were playing 8 ball pool, and literally, like, I couldn't even like take my turn. I thought I ran out of time when my buddy said, you were just staring at the screen." Um, Maybe. I don't think it's as bad because for him, whenever he has caffeine, he like shakes, I guess, a lot. He's like super sensitive to it. But if I don't have caffeine, then I'm sorry, I had to wipe my phone. I'm struggling. So it's like, and to answer your question, Jenna Toll, trick question. What would be heavier, kilogram of steel or kilogram of feathers? They are both equal, my friend. They are both equal. What's up, Stank? How we doing? How we doing tonight? We're just, this, I guess, consider this like an introductory live, for all the new people who just came in. Could be literally about various topics. You can ask questions. I'm very into herbalism, supplementation. Literally take at least 10 pills a day supplement wise, but I mean, some literally just to sleep, you know? Like, it's not melatonin though, so I'm not like creating any sort of bad addiction or anything, you know? It's just magnesium, you know? Everyone could probably use a little bit more magnesium, to be honest. Magnesium glycinate, to be specific, because yes, the form does matter. Otherwise, your body's not going to absorb it. And that's why the brand of what you buy with certain supplements absolutely matters. Because not only are you like probably not getting the benefit, but what are you ingesting then? More than likely just a bunch of calcium chalk, which calcium carbonate would be that ingredient, aka the ingredient in Tums. Yeah, this is a safe space, man. Trump or Kamala. Neither, but yeah, let's not get political here. I can be factual, and my opinions of that have changed a lot. All I'm gonna say is, I mean, if you claim to be an objective moralist or realist, then you would not be favoring Trump right now. I'm just gonna leave it at that, you know? But I've never leaned left either. Like, I've always been right in the middle about a lot of things, even when it comes to abortion. I believe in exceptions, like rape and or grape and incest, you know, but I don't believe that it should be abused like it is in modern day society, especially the women who just like to make a lot of money off it by just literally having kids and then just leaving the father and then, you know, more and more child support. So, hold on, let me make sure I didn't miss anything. Good morning. Oh, is it morning time where you are, Mafia? Mafia. Yeah, it's nighttime here. Um, and sure, Ellen, I guess. Just this. We got the orange jacket. And we got some like brown colored pants. It says keep moving. And just some camel Crocs right now. Cause we're just chilling. Oh, hey, nice. Hi from India. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. What time is it over there now? Where I'm at, it's just after 9 p.m. So, yeah, I got work early tomorrow, but eh, I'm used to less sleep anyway. Thank goodness for caffeine. Appreciate it. All thanks to Amazon. Low key though, like I never had any nice looking outfits, so I figured let me get a couple nice jackets, a couple nice pairs of pants, and we'll be good. Especially since the summer was already over, so I actually ironically have more long clothing anyway. But I don't ever wear long sleeve shirts, even in the wintertime, because I just get sweaty underneath the coat. Like, I'll just alternate between wearing a coat and not wearing a coat. I'm very warm blooded. I mean, I used to be really, really big, like 256 pounds big. So, but I think it's more of a genetic thing. Because, I mean, well, somewhat. That and now, I mean, now that I think about it, my family was on a lot of meds, at least most of them, and they're all pretty big. So yeah, ain't nothing wrong with sleeping, especially if you've been lacking it or getting short, like less than. I mean, obviously they say 6 to 8 hours, but like if we're being realistic, the true healthy, obviously when you have the time, not that it's realistic, but like 8.5 to 9 hours a day is like the optimal sleep for actual like healing, you know, and restorative sleep at that. I'm from Pennsylvania, USA. Yeah, I mean, you can get a lot of good stuff on there, but you also have to be careful because, like, for example, one of the supplements I get for digestion, which is like a really strong fat enzyme supplement, because I have an issue breaking down fats, is it was supposed to come in a 240 capsule bottle, like that was the one I ordered, but I got a 120 capsule bottle, and I'm like, oh hell no. I didn't realize it till a week later because I didn't run out of my other one to even have to open it yet. So I opened it and I'm like, oh fuck it. But the sticker said 240, but the actual bottle was 120. So I mean, thankfully I called them and I got the refund, but took like 30 minutes. But I guess it was worth it. I definitely don't have the extra money. Excuse me. Do I take melatonin? Not currently. When I do, though, I get a very specific one because most melatonin just doesn't do shit, or you wake up feeling groggy the next day. They have a type called bi-layer or like dual action. It has like half of it is one color, half is the other. One is a fast act layer for like helping you fall asleep, and then the other one is like extended release, so it doesn't all just bomb you at once. Basically, it's a slow release throughout the night, and that's like 5, maybe 10 milligrams. It depends on your weight. The bigger you are, the more you'll need typically. But it depends on your metabolism too. So, you know, Mafia Boss is my YouTube channel. Yeah, yeah, I see that. Yep. But oh, hold on. I am deficient in B12 bad. How do you know you're deficient? First off, and then by trying everything, you've taken a B12 supplement specifically in the form methylcobalamin, not cyanocobalamin. If we could distinguish that you did or didn't there, then I'd be able to proceed further. But I take a B vitamin capsule with that proper methylcobalamin in it every day. Um, Sometimes you'll always be deficient, but as long as you take it with food, that one a day, I wouldn't like panic because like for example, if you have like even IBS or Crohn's or anything that could affect your digestion, like I have IBS, that's one of many things, but that at least I know of, and that like alone can make you deficient in vitamin B12. Not just that, but if you've been on a lot of stomach meds, like I was on a lot of antacid medications like Protonix, omeprazole, things like that, and that just destroys your stomach because it literally kills all the acid, and then you're not able to actually digest the food you eat. So you eat more, you always feel hungry, but that's because your body's not actually doing anything with that food. And then I don't know about you guys, but when I took that in the long term, if you've been on it, you get so constipated. Like, I didn't go number two for like 4 days. And then on the end of that fourth day, I was in pure hell for 3 hours. Surprised the toilet still worked after that. Like, it was bad. Like, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. I was literally saying I would rather throw up because my other end burned so much that I literally couldn't even freaking, like, I would have almost rather just jump naked in the snow at that point. Like there's just my God, man, it's a horrible feeling. With diagnosed with pernicious pernic, pernicious anemia, and I have done supplements and injections. So, um, I would have to look into that specifically. I mean, I know that in general, just the word anemia, that's like low blood oxygen or iron related, but maybe that one is also linked to something else. I don't know if it'll. Yep, nope, I can't do that. So sorry about that pause. I was about to say I could try looking into it real quick, but actually, what I could do now that we mentioned that is for those types of questions, like I could have my second phone on me and just look that up, connect a hotspot, do all that. But yeah, I could. Oh shit, that's another thing. I gotta try putting my one of my emails in the description so people can contact me, I guess. Um, but because obviously there's no like chat feature off the video on YouTube to like directly communicate with people. But so let's see. What do we want to talk about? My mind's just always going off of something. I could go on so many tangents. It's unreal. Um, well, how is everyone doing mentally today? Anyone have any questions about viewpoints, the way you look at life, the way you perceive things, thoughts that you can't like control the feeling of, things of that nature? Because obviously easier said than done, but lots of it can be rationalized and explained away, given the right practice and patience. Hence why patience is a virtue. Usually shy. Oh, well, that's not bad. I mean, I'm kind of shy too. I mean, this is my first live after all. And I mean, here's me in my face. Like, at least you're just a comment. You're not like directly in contact with me, so there's the layer of protection. So, or the illusion, I guess, at least. Well, that's the illusion of privacy online anyway, I should say, because no one's really truly private online anymore. Any information you've typed in is out there somewhere on some database, whether it's accessible to you or not, on some server on the cloud somewhere, you know? 1 second. I have acid reflux, obviously, those stomach meds. It's not as bad as it used to be, but, I just, some permanent issue I have to deal with, the constant spit at times. Let's see. Do I like taking stands? What do you mean taking stands? Like, I mean, if it's like standing up for something that's right, I mean, absolutely. But it's hard to do something like that on your own and be taken seriously nowadays. 'Cause, I mean, we live in such a clown world where everyone's just dismissive of everything. They don't even look into anything or give anyone a chance to explain why they believe what they believe. I mean, people might look at me and say, "Oh, it's just an average-looking dude, whatever. He's talking normal, dumb stuff." But when you really pay attention, I mean, I get deep on a lot of things, and there's a lot of things that I want to say that I just can't say on here, especially being my first video. I don't want to ruin the algorithm yet. Oh shit, we got mail. But yeah, I mean, it's things that like I've watched channels that get literally it looks like they have bad Wi-Fi or the audio glitches all over, fast forwards, rewinds. Like, I've seen that only on one specific channel, and it's because of what he talks about. It's even deeper than politics, to say the least. But you know but for the sake of YouTube and the algorithm and the only chance that I have, because TikTok, you need even more followers. So I mean, unless you're like posting every day and you're not a normal person with a full-time job who doesn't have enough time, like you would almost have to be unemployed or maybe working full-time or part-time, having some sort of other advantage or just more time to spare. Not just that, but not you don't always have ideas to think about every day. And that's part of the reason why I just want to go live, mainly, at least on this channel, because I feel like, and yeah, Ellen, I think I answered that question then. Um, but, oh, fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say. Just so much on my mind. Like, thoughts just come flying and smacking into each other. Um, but yeah, I was saying I mainly just want to go live because it's hard to focus on just one topic or come prepared and just give like a speech and then also be able to also respond to comments and stuff. Plus, it doesn't feel as authentic. You're not getting that person's true viewpoint if it's scripted, you know? Like, that's just anyone can write something down, sound nice if they just have the right cadence. But this is who I am. Like, this is my cadence, and I'm sure it alone stands out because, I mean, let's just think of the simple fact when most people talk or speak, they're just so monotone half the time. They don't enunciate, they don't have fluctuations in their voice like I do now. This is just how I am. This is how you know someone has a soul. I honestly believe, because like if there's nothing to feel, or you can't even like, I mean, just on like a sixth sense level, if you can't even like relate or be like I know who this is, but I've never met you, but we're connected somehow, like that's what I'm talking about. You know, that same sort of energy. Sorry, let me read the couple comments. My apologies. Yeah, Brittany, yeah. I mean, you might as well call me a non-hermit hermit. I mean, not only am I sheltered in the suburbs, but freaking obviously living with other people, so it's kind of like an inadvertent and I was living on my own before, but that apartment had black mold, and who knows, that could be another reason why my allergies are so fucked up, you know? Um, but also, don't judge me for my language. My mom swore like a sailor, and I'm not trying to like sound cool or anything, so don't perceive it that way. That's literally just ingrained in my vocabulary at this point. And I really hope I don't end up saying the couple words I know I can't say on here. But it might happen, so apologies in advance, you two. No harm intended by anything. No hate here. Feel sad. I feel, wait. I feel stressed. Oh, stressed, maybe. Yeah, why is that? Do you have a lot on your mind, Ellen? I mean, what's going on? Normally, that's when... Oh, let me stretch. Oh, sorry, getting a fibromyalgia flare-up. I felt like someone was fucking stabbing me in the shoulder. Gotta love chronic pain. Maybe that's why I'm so humble now. There's really not much worse that could happen unless you're just being straight up tortured, you know? Like, even death would be better than constant suffering, I feel like. But that's not to say that I don't want to be here. No, that was how I felt on the psych meds I was on in the past. But thankfully, that's long gone. Yeah, Brittany, yeah. Fizz said he might be here, but obviously this is late for a lot of people. I didn't even think I was going to be on, but I said, fuck it, I got at least 30 minutes, so we'll do something. Plus now, look, I get a few extra steps in, so, because my job is mostly standing, very little movement, but at least I'm not like sitting. I mean, I can sit and stand, alternate, but I work at a medical marijuana facility as of now. I'm not going to go into detail, really, because don't want to get banned for anything, even though it's a legal job. But yeah, it's actually nice just being able to be yourself at work and not have to like censor your personality either. Like, I could literally swear. Anyone else could say, "Oh my fucking god, that's so funny," and that's just a vibe. Like, there's music playing throughout the day. Like, it's an awesome day, you know. Like, and the manager's pretty chill too. He's like always giggling half the time. I mean, He moves fast though. Like he makes all of us look slow when we do our jobs, but I guess he's a manager for a reason, right? You know. Oh yeah, yeah. You mean on the lives, Brittany? Yeah, for sure, absolutely. Um, but I mean, most important of all, we just gotta keep spreading truth, what's objectively true, and what is true interpersonally in your life, which that is subjective because obviously I'm not dating who you're dating. You're not having the same issues with your parents as I'm having with my parents. So while objective reality exists, interpersonally we all have our own things going on, you know. It doesn't like you can have two things that aren't directly connected exist and not contradict, you know. It's I don't know. I'm not like to the point of logic where I can explain all the laws and whatever. Like I mean, the only people you see doing that are PhDs or people who are clearly on an Adderall prescription. Like, I mean, thankfully I was never on that, you know. Otherwise, I'd be hooked on something else now, probably. But um, I can kind of see both sides. The you know the sort of spiritual side in terms of how people feel, why they think what they think, be able to give them words that they can't express on their own. Like one of my many gifts I've discovered throughout my life is that like when you're having a conversation with someone, right? And you're like they're giving you some scenario like, "Hey, so I went to the store. There was this weird looking guy standing outside. Oh my God, what do you think happened?" Or like or they'll like explain what happened and then you're like, "And he asked you if you wanted drugs, right?" And it's just like, "Yeah, how'd you know?" Like or I could just almost pick up on that sort of thing during conversations with people. Maybe that is that sort of sixth sense or auric connection that you just can't explain, you know, at least with, you know, realistic terminology. But um, or I can explain the same exact thing in a bunch of different ways and words and actually be able to like convey it to someone for them to understand it. Oh, you're good, Ellen. You're good. We're gonna be getting out of here shortly. Maybe another 5-10 minutes. Just forewarning. I know there's not many people here, but I don't want to lead anyone on thinking I'll be live for a while. I mean, I might more tomorrow. Not sure, but definitely Thanksgiving when I'm off. Cause when it's snowing, I'll just, at the very least I'll stream from inside my room and freaking record the snow outside. I don't even care. We'll see how it pans out. But then I have work again Friday. They used to give us Black Friday off, but we don't now. So that'll be going in with all the snow if it actually snows that bad, you know, or hopefully if I'm not snowed in, you know. But driving will suck and all the idiots on the road. I'm not just pray I don't get in an accident, you know. But yeah. I mean, I know I drive safe and keep my distance, but I can't be said for others. Can't be here. Oh, you're good. You're good. I mean, I just finally got the ability to go live, so there's going to be plenty more opportunities, especially since this is new to me. Normally, when you're new at something, you have the most passion and energy for it, so you're definitely not missing anything, you know? But, I mean, I try to have, you know, fun in life with what limited things that you have going on, limited money, resources, time. Just make the best of every moment because you don't you and don't get scared. It's not like, oh, you could die every second, but you never know what moment's going to be your last. So you have to live life to the fullest extent, or at least be in control and have that freedom of choice that is your right to your well-being. Like it's required for you basically. I don't know why I can't think of the words. It's freaking getting late. My vocabulary will be better during the day, another day. Um, I've always had a good sense of vocabulary, even from like a really young age. Um, and I mean, Not that many people are here, so screw it, I'll say it. I'll assume Brittany's still here as one of them, so she'll at least know. That's really all I care about telling her anyway right now. But so back then, what it was diagnosed as, or would have been known as, was Asperger's syndrome. But modern day, they group that under the same umbrella as autism spectrum disorder. So I was medicated very similarly, and I think that's a lot of what like led to, all those issues, the giant memory gap from when I started the meds to got off them. Like my whole life's just deleted. And now that I'm older and getting off of more, it's almost like the way my brain's developing is it's just like kicked on to fucking like maximum god mode, because like the way I perceive time now is it doesn't just fly by like it used to. Like looking back on the meds, it was like that. But actually on them, it was like everything was just so in depth, HD, like it was hard to explain. Like I can't even like make sense of it honestly. Um, no, you're good, Ellen. I heard you. I was saying I'll be live a lot more in the future, even beyond that. Don't you worry. Doctor suspected. Yeah, when it comes to sensory things, like I'm like extra sensitive to everything. Light, sound, touch, like literally everything is more sensitive, and it kind of sucks in some ways, especially the touch part, But fucking like LEDs or like trucks with LED lights on them, like dude, that blinds me. I literally have to go like this just to freaking see, or I'll just let off the gas and just fucking hold the wheel straight because I'm like I can't see shit. Like I don't even know how some of those are legal. And it's actually illegal. And if you guys might even see them, cars on the road that have their lights, they're almost like bent upward. They're like they go way further than they should go. Like yeah, that's illegal. Like that's it literally makes normal lights look like high beams, and then the high beams are like freaking like the light at the end of the tunnel, like some sort of thing. I don't even know, but it's just yeah, and just the way people drive. I mean, really, it's almost everywhere. We all have our unique areas in which they have certain ways they drive, or they're known for certain things, but there's just stupid drivers everywhere when you boil it down. I mean, you honestly just have to treat everyone on the road like they don't know what the fuck they're doing, and you're the only one who does, and you should be all right. And always give yourself more room between the car in front of you, because even if someone wants to aggressively pass, if they cause an accident, I mean, whether you have a dash cam or not, I would assume and hope that, given your story is believed, then you wouldn't be in the fault, especially if they cut you off. But because if you're driving defensively and they're driving aggressively, well, at least logically, I feel like that there will kind of make them on the assault. So therefore, they should, you know. I mean, obviously, I don't know the laws and how it works, but I feel like law should just be justified according to logic. Everything would be so much simpler. There wouldn't be all this fighting, and things would get done the way they should get done. No hard feelings. It's just the way it is. Like, you know, why do things have to be so overcomplicated? And we overcomplicate our lives every day, and honestly create most of our problems. And a lot of that stems from overthinking. Illegal in Virginia. Yeah, I know. People don't give a shit. Like they nowadays, like it's literally just slowly turning into anarchy. Like it just spread out and more concentrated in some areas than others, like Chicago or Detroit. Things like that. Um, but I mean, eventually it's all gonna come to our front door. So we gotta be ready in every way we can be. You know, I mean. It's not like the second coming's coming soon, or we're all gonna drop and the catastrophes are gonna happen, but it's gonna be other catastrophes and just ways of quote unquote taking our soul, if that's what you believe. And that's what the whole Neuralink bullshit's gonna do. It's gonna fully make you an AI, Maybe not even human at that point. They consider it transhuman. And apparently we are now if we had the, because of all that shit in it, doing what it does with all the rare earth minerals that are the same minerals used in microprocessors and all of our smart technology. You know? Oh shit, I'm saying too much. Uh, what's your favorite food, guys? With all my restricted allergies, I would probably have to say mine is probably some like really good seasoned rice. And since I can't do butter, I do ghee, which is without the lactose. And then obviously have a bunch of spices, thyme, black pepper, salt, Cajun for a little kick, and onion powder. And if I didn't say garlic, then garlic powder. I mean, it's easier to digest, fills me up, you know. I'm not like constantly spitting after eating that necessarily. I might add a little bit of mayo in there, but that's just because I love mayo, you know. Call me weird, but let me wipe my phone. Alright, there we go. It's just like spritzing right now, like misting almost, but enough to accumulate. Oh shit, that didn't even do anything. Hold on. It's my real shirt. There we go. That's better. Minus fruits. Says I should limit it. Oh, well, I mean, if you always eat fruits, yeah, because it's just pure sugar. I mean, it's quick sugar. It's not like long sustained sugar. It's the sugar. You need to run it off, or your mind's gonna end up burning it somehow, and it all stems out in outbursts or uh, what I would almost call mini bipolar episodes, even though it's not really. But it's just like the body has to use that up because it's too much sugar at a given time. Like our body, like there, we've all seen those videos of doctors holding up, this how much sugar you should have in your blood. This is how much sugar most people have in a day. Like that's true. I mean, and granted, we all have different metabolisms, but again, when it comes to fruit specifically, that's the like quick sugar. It's not as like quick as like, well, especially if you're like drinking juice. Like yeah, that's, and even though fruit has the more fructose ratio in terms of the sugar, fructose to glucose, fructose is broken down by the liver only. So it's supposedly a better option for diabetics, but if you're diabetic, you probably shouldn't be having juice at all. Like, or if you are, you need to be on like an all fruit diet, eat nothing else, because then at least you're eating real whole foods, and then your body can burn up all the other shit that it's not getting from the sugar, burn up all that fat. Like if you really just think about how the body works, or how would it work if it worked perfectly, then you can honestly ask these questions and figure shit out. And like you don't even need a scientist to tell you, because it just makes sense logically. And I mean, because clearly your body needs more than sugar to survive. You can't live off just sugar. And if people are, well, you're gonna be real fucking skinny running on pure adrenaline. And once those adrenals are shot, you know, shit, what the hell? I gotta wipe my phone again. Yeah, we're gonna go in a couple minutes here, guys. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. What kind of surgery did you get? Was it like on your pancreas or something, or? Because I know that's related to blood sugar regulation. That's literally the organ that gets messed up, and why people get diabetes, you know? But yeah, we'll try to be live tomorrow. If not, then definitely Thursday for Thanksgiving. Not sure what time, maybe even twice, if I'm feeling up for it, if we get enough people in here. Of course, I don't expect much being new in the algorithm, and I thank Brittany so much for being here tonight, giving this a solid runtime anyway, on the algorithm. That obviously helps. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, definitely want to take a lot of things easy at that point. Definitely don't want to be doing any running around or weightlifting or anything crazy like that. That's for sure. I would even like pay extra close attention to how you fall asleep. Do you fall asleep on your side? This, that. Like you really want to find a proper position, or if you need a pillow behind you somewhere to support a certain part. Like even I do that sometimes. Like that used to be the only way I could sleep. I would get those memory foam pillows, yeah, on top of the mattress, and then just like position them in such a way that they just like cushion my whole back. And I obviously had to get one for the butt area too because it wasn't long enough. So I had it lengthwise for my back, and then I had one going horizontally for my hips. Left side, yeah, that would. I always end up waking up on my side sometimes, and my body's always just screaming. I mean, not that I'm advocating or want people to do it, but with my issues, it's the only safe option I have without being on pills. But with the arthritis and fibromyalgia, man, like I don't know where I'd be without my medical marijuana. And I don't even use the flower most of the time. I just use the live resin, specifically live resin cartridges, because they just have the most effect, and they normally have more terpenes in it, lower THC, so you don't cough as much, but you feel more from it. And I only need a couple puffs here and there, and that's it. I mean, and it allows me to eat without getting nauseous instantly, because since my stomach has all these issues, it's not functioning the best anymore. Any last questions? I'll give it 2 more minutes max. My phone's getting wet. Glasses are wet, as you can see. But it's not like rain, so my phone's fine. It can, if you know what you're getting, and again, everybody's different, but I definitely say, at least for chronic pain and things that are more severe, the cartridges are the best, even though they're more expensive than the flower. They're a lot cleaner. They don't have all that plant matter. There's less chance of like allergies, because when you smoke weed, you can cough or blow your nose a lot. At least I do. So, and maybe that's just because of my allergies, and that's probably why I prefer the cartridges. But that, and you're not getting actual smoke. It's a much lower amount of vapor required. And depending on obviously the different strains, because every strain does something different, and there's different terpenes which affect you differently. But I like my sativas or my hybrids, because they don't put me to sleep instantly or make me just like super tired. Like I still want to be able to function and just not be in pain. So sativas help most for that, because they don't like put your brain in that sleepy state most of the time. So, I mean, it depends, of course, but you can't even trust them by name either, because half the names they use are like, you could have two names for the same exact product under different brands. You could rename that same thing to some other name, and now you don't know what the original is. Like, I mean, it's definitely somewhat expensive. I mean, you definitely need extra side cash if you're doing it like the right way and not over consuming just for medical purposes. At least in PA, I'd say you'd need a good 100 to 200 a month, depending on how much you smoke, in terms of just enough to keep you going. Like, and that's just a rough estimate, of course, but everything's freaking expensive. I figure it's obviously safer, and it's less damaging to the body in the long term than all these pharmaceuticals will ever be. And isn't it ironic how they hand out these pills like candy? And no, here's pay your $5-10 copay, you're good to go. But then they sell the actual prescription itself without insurance is like $600,000 or 600 to 1,000. That's what I meant to say. And it just doesn't make sense. Like, either it's not actually worth that, or they're trying to deliberately harm us for a discount. When does the government ever give us a deal on anything? Oh yeah, you've been such a good citizen. Here, have a discount or this or that. Like, when does that ever happen? Sorry, I dropped the mail. Because I don't think that ever does happen, you know. If the government actually cared about us, it'd be more obvious at this point in time. And it's not just the government, and it's not everybody. It's not like one man has control, but it's the corruption within that is what prevents anything real from getting done, you know. I mean, we're sending all this money to all these other countries, and we can't even make sure that we all have a home over our heads. Like, we're in the best country in the world, and we have all this homelessness. And the more ultra rich are in the area, the more homelessness there is, because you only have a limited amount of money. And with that limited amount of money, when you have so much as one person, that would have to siphon from somebody else. Not just that, but like, if you really understand it, the way that works, I guess, is apparently when we're all born, we're estimated worth or something like that over the lifetime is around like $10 million per citizen or something. So for every one person born, that much more money gets created. So basically, homeless people have to be alive and suffer for there to be these ultra mega rich. Because if they're dead, then the system can't gain anything off of them. So, and if they weren't, in some way, even if they're homeless, if they weren't, then they, like, it's basically just like, whoop, got your money. Like, and just you deal with being homeless or die, you know? It's disgusting, but that's the way it is. Like, especially in this capitalist society where they're focused more on profit than, actually caring for people. So, could have swore there was more mail than this. But I mean, it's just a very dark world we live in. It's one thing to be aware, but don't let it depress you, because if it's not something you can directly control, well then you can't keep beating yourself up over it. You're never going to fix it by just beating yourself up. I mean, I've done that all the time, was such a victim. And it's one of the hardest loops to break once you start it, because it's so easy to just give up, but and obviously when like you previously have and it's in the back of your head, it's a lot easier to slip back forward than it is for you to like pop that shit out and have a new mindset on things. And just, I mean, there's many ways you can phrase it. Be a man, or, do what you gotta do, like, but anyway, guys, I think I'm gonna head out for the night. It was nice seeing everybody here. Thank you, Brittany, for stopping by. And we'll be live in the next 1 or 2 days for sure. Thanksgiving at the very least. Not sure what time yet, but I'll try to think about when most people would be on. Either lunch or dinner on Thanksgiving, probably. But till next time, Matt the Visionary out. Take care.